Stop that. You showed up with suspenders on. That means you like ready to work.
I'm a working man.
Working on time.
The way I feel today, yes. Oh Lord. Any job prospects?
You know, I'm actually gonna probably do something on my own for a while. I'm just not that interested in working for somebody else. And so, I think I'll start, I've got 2 clients I'll start working with in November. And, probably pick up 2 more so that I'll, you know, have like committed 40, 50 hours a week worth of work, you know. That's fine, that's all I need for now. I don't feel like working for anybody else. I think I've moved.
Advisory sort of stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like right now there's so much turmoil in Washington D.C. with continuing resolution which like it's all jacked up. Like, and in fact, a lot of like I was talking with a buddy of mine yesterday for some stuff that we were doing at HUD. And like, does anything happen? And he's like, dude, we know we're working. The technical representative, the guy that actually runs the projects in their IT group, he's not showing up. The contracting officers, they're nowhere to be found. So like nothing will be procured. And so I'm like, all right, well, there's got to be a lot of companies out there that are interested in like, how do you get something going on? And in the DoD and Homeland Security, there's a lot of these small business innovative research programs out there, literally billions of dollars in research that gets funded out to small companies, which is great. I think something that the government should do, you know, develop stuff like Velcro, you know? And, but people don't know how to get access to that money, and I've been really successful on helping companies get their footholds doing that. So I think that's like easy button to get something going.
Thank you.
No. Was that in your folder?
There you go. You worked it out.
I got this guy's number.
Alright, see, that's what I did. No, I brought it over for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a friend of mine does a lot of construction type contracting around the DC area for the government. He said he's won quite a few contracts, but he said now that it's shut down, he said, he can't give anybody a sign so I can start.
Yeah, right. Right, that's the problem.
He said, I'm at a standstill.
Yeah, you know, I got Doge in May, and it added 60 days because no one knew how to do the paperwork, because all of the people that knew the processes all were ripped. Or they all, you know, the good people always jump first, right? They say the rats jump first, right? So the contracting people, the actual people that had 10, 15, 20 years in procurement and contracting, they were like, I'm going to double my salary and go work in the private sector. And it left this vacant hole of like incompetent people who didn't want to do anything. And a lot of them were just like, they didn't know, but they're so fearful, they live in such fear that they didn't do anything. And by not doing anything, that is an answer kind of thing. So, yeah, I think it'll be a while before things kind of shake on that.
You got 3 minutes.
Did we have a visitor coming this morning?
Maybe or maybe not.
So we don't know if Mr. Hobbs is coming down.
No. Until he shows up. I mean, do we know? That was always his intent, but we don't. He's not scheduled. I invited him to speak in public comment.
And I mean this because I actually think her name is Karen. Is Karen going to come down?
I don't know who Karen is.
She was a woman that had some questions about something, and you said, last time we met, you said,
I just always invite people to the meeting. That doesn't mean they're gonna actually show up. I'm telling them, I have no more answers for you. If you need to discuss this with the board, bring it up at a public meeting.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Did we get any feedback from the Highland and Freedom guys on the, did you get a phone call maybe from those guys at all on the price increase?
Oh. Your meeting's tonight.
Which one?
Fire.
Shall we go?
No.
No.
We'll say no. If they,
It's
Steps. they'll give us a call. Yeah, I don't think we should get ourselves in the situation where they want to debate the price.
I agree with that.
Well, we pretty much decided to take it or leave it.
Alright. It's 8:30, so we'll start. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Barlow,
Here.
Mr. Kyhole,
Here.
Mr. Hill.
Yep. All right. Today we're here for our budget workshop to get the input to the supervisors on the budget and what we're going to be moving forward for 2026. Any public comment for today?
I'm just here on public comment, just to talk about my property.
What's your name?
My name is Chris Hobbs.
Okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Property's down at 70 Petra Road. And my comment is that I'm in the process of getting our NPDS permit tidied up as far as the details with all the requirements for the conservation district. And I have I have a trailer, a couple trailers actually, just looking to be able to keep that on the property while I work on that. Just to be able to, it's just a dump trailer and a utility trailer. And that's what I'm looking to do here. Get my plans submitted through my house plans submitted by the end of this year, so I'll have a permit hopefully by that time, or January thereabouts. And I'll be moving forward to be able to build and then maintain those trailers on the property during the build time. If that's,
So, my understanding, they are campers, aren't they, not trailers?
they're trailers. So.
First off, we can discuss it, we can't make any decisions in this particular meeting, that has to be done in one of our regular meetings, but as far as our camping ordinance, I believe Wendy gave you, a copy of the camping ordinance in the township?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Which obviously reading through it, it shows you can stay there, three nights, and then you have to leave after that. I understand that.
3 nights, and then it's 3 nights, and then you can get a permit for up to 10 days, but you can only do that 6 times in the total entire year, so only 60 days in a whole year can you actually live on the premises. And for that to happen, our SEO officer will have to come out and do an inspection and approve those to be set in there. That's the process that we would have to do. I'm not, as far as their trailers that are you using to have, to put equipment and stuff in, that's a total different story. But if they're actual campers, then they fall under the camping ordinance.
Right. But so the trailers and utility trailer, or whatever you want to call it, a dump trailer or a utility trailer of sorts, is when you say that.
Well, if you're just having a dump truck, I don't know that we have anything that says that you can't have a trailer sitting on your property, but you can't live in it.
Correct. No. This is going to be, this is for work application only as far as the
It's
property.
got wheels on it, whole 9 yards.
It's
Yeah,
tagged and legal.
Right. That type of thing, I don't know that we have anything that says you can't do that.
It's only living quarters.
Yeah, that, and you can't erect the building, to put store stuff in either, because that's an accessory building, so you can't do that either, but it's on wheels, so you can, that you can pull, behind you. I don't know, you can't, I mean, I think a container, like those, containers are different beasts too, like the sea containers and stuff like that.
Right, as far as them sitting stationary.
Right, yeah.
I
But, like I said, if you need, we would have to check with the zoning guy as far as what, we were sending out, look, see what you got going on, and then let us know what's going on with that. What kind of, trailers you got saying.
So if I took some pictures of them, send them to you, that
Oh, we wouldn't send them out to let them do a site visit.
Yeah, they have to physically.
Yeah, go do a site visit, what you got going on. I mean, we can get pictures from anybody from anywhere.
Sure, no, I just.
That's why we send them out and say, check this out and get back to the township supervisors to let us know what's going on. But I'm gonna say, right now, just off the top of my head, I'm not saying yes or no. If it's just a trailer that you're gonna keep your tools in for building tools and stuff like that, I don't see that as being a problem.
I understand.
Yeah, it has to remain mobile. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's that.
Well, the dumpster's mobile because it's got those big
Yeah.
steel wheels
That's
on
what I
it.
was saying.
So just don't leave a RV down there, year round,
Right.
right? That's what
Right.
my understanding.
Yeah, my understanding too, yeah, that there were RVs actually.
So if you need to put something with chainsaws in it, you're good.
Right. Yep, other than that, I would say, like I said, let us know when you're gonna have them there, we'll sit him down and have him take a look and then he can get back to work. If you need some type of approval by, the next meeting, then I would do that, prior to our next meeting, which is November 7th. Correct?
First Wednesday.
That's December? It's the 14th, remember?
Yeah, it's always the 14th.
November 24th,
It is the 5th.
November 5th, yes.
November 5th,
first Wednesday.
the day after election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, think that's it.
You just let us know when they're down there, we'll
Yep.
send them down to look at them.
Yeah.
Is that Kim that does that work? Who's it? Yeah.
Yeah. Kim.
And if I'm in and out, I say this because I'm, residence is 50 minutes away, and it's like trying to get stuff done and being efficient, rather than drag everything back and forth. From Hagerstown, Maryland's where
Right, okay.
residence
Yeah.
is. So just trying to be efficient, get stuff done, and if I have to leave those trailers, say that the trailers, the utility trailers, leave them there for a day or two or whatever. I just
Right.
don't.
Right.
We understand. We all have a lot of work that goes on our property, so we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tracking stuff around my yard all the time.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're gonna need stuff sitting out there in that field, for any time too, we could have the police department take a ride back occasionally just to make sure nobody's out there stealing your stuff too, cause, sitting back there in those fields, anybody can come in. We have people straying into people's property every day, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Hunt season too. Yeah. Right. Right, anything else, Chris?
I think that's everything for now.
Okay,
Getting the house plans wrapped up and
good.
get that stuff submitted. So
Do you have the plans completed yet?
not quite, almost. Got a couple tweaks to do on
Mm-hmm.
the plans. So. But I look to be submitting before the end of the year at the latest. So.
Okay.
Good.
Cool.
And then I guess, I think Wendy told me they're good for when you get a plan like that. It's good for a year. Just thinking ahead.
Yes.
It's probably gonna run out of time. So,
Yeah, they're good for a year, and then you can renew those plans, renew the permit, up to, 180 days, which almost runs you over 2 years, I think.
Mm.
Yeah,
Twice. You can do it twice.
You renew it twice.
yeah, you renew it twice,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gives you 2 years.
Okay.
All right,
All right. Well, I think that's
all right, appreciate it, thank you for coming in.
all
If
right.
you have any other questions, just reach out to Wendy or whatever, one of us, if you can, we're trying to answer any questions that you have.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, we're
Good
gonna,
luck.
we're gonna move, thank you, we're gonna move on to, the intermunicipal agreement, with Highland Township. If you had a chance to read this intermunicipal agreement, this is particularly actually goes to mowing with them in their township for every many days when they have the mower available. I did talk to them. We agreed on a price for the mowing plus the fuel. They are going to take us up on it after their meeting tonight. They're going to approve this at their township meeting, and then we'll schedule the mowing. But we decided to go ahead and do an intermunicipal agreement with that. That way, it's also covered under the insurance, our insurance and their insurance. If we have an intermunicipal agreement as far as the road department. The police department already has an intermunicipal agreement, but we did not have one with them, particularly on the road department. So that's what this is. We'll make a motion that we move forward with this. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, 70 hours, $70 an hour plus cost of fuel. Are we pumping here and billing them?
Nope.
They're pumping at their place?
Yep.
Okay. Does it cover DEF as well?
Whatever we need to put in there for that machine to run, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I told them that they give us $70 an hour plus the cost for the fuel, which that is the part of the fuel.
And they provide the flaggers?
No, that's their job.
They
That's what he
provide.
said.
No, whatever they decide to do is on them. We're not doing anything. Only thing we're doing is machine and operator.
Okay, that's what we mean.
If they
You
want,
guys are in agreement.
if they want flaggers, if they want flaggers, then that's on them. We're not providing flaggers.
I understand. Okay.
Don't say that's not in the contract.
No, but you will have to pass the resolution also if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I made a motion that we move forward with the resolution to present to them for tonight's meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. All right. The next thing we're going to move into here, and I will say before I move on, is we are going to draft up an intermunicipal agreement for the road department as a whole for Highland Township, just like we did with Freedom Township and also Hamilton Band. That way, moving forward, that we'll have an agreement for the road department to assist them and them to assist us.
Hamilton Band wants to do that?
We have
one with them.
it's still current, it says it goes on, so you cancel it. It's
We never canceled it, they did, remember?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, we didn't cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we still have,
It's not canceled.
it's not been canceled.
It doesn't renew or anything like that, it's just in perpetuity?
It is.
Yes.
It is. That's how it's written, until someone cancels it. Otherwise, you have to do it every year.
Yeah.
Right. And we didn't cancel it. So we keep it going, just in case we get some problem, we really need to know.
Somebody has a piece of
That's what
equipment.
it's designed for.
As long as you guys are cool with that, I agree.
Alright, so Wendy will be drafting that and we'll be presenting that to them too at our regular November meeting.
Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna go into our budget process here. Everyone had an opportunity to look over the budget that Wendy has presented to you in front of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Any questions on the budget? Let's go line to line.
I think that's a great idea.
Alright, so we'll start at the top of the page of the, do we have this, do you guys have it laid out, liquid fuels is first?
That's what I'm trying to figure out here, cause I shuffled them around, I don't know who's on first and what's on second.
You wanna do liquid fuels first?
Let's see, what do you got?
Liquid fuels.
Let's go by what you have. Okay,
No,
I got page
I
one.
got page one, says liquid fuels at the top of your budget.
I think that one would be good, because then we need to figure out how much money and where it's coming from when we get to the,
Chris, do you have liquid fuels budget?
I don't know, what was the liquid fuels budget?
It's one-
It says at the top, it sits at the top of
This
the
one
sheet.
that says liquid fuels budget? Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Okay. Alright, so at the top here, we have, the inter funds, operational funds, it's $201,950 transferred from the reserve fund.
No, that's last year. We have nothing right now. You're looking at what we did last year. I put no money in there. That's what we'll have to figure out if we're going to add money to cover the costs.
So right now for 26, we got 76,309.
Correct. That's how much money you have to work with, unless the transfer comes or from another
Okay.
fund.
Alright, so we're gonna go down to 35,430. Equipment purchases, there's no, nothing really outstanding that we're gonna be purchasing at the top of my head right at the moment. So, let me see if I'm on the same page here.
And because we're under liquid fuels, equipment refer is really anything related to road work, right? This isn't a printer for a year.
No.
No,
This is
this is
mowers
this is liquid fuels.
Okay.
Yeah, liquid fuels has to do with road
Just
fund.
wanna make sure I know what I'm looking at. Thank you.
Alright, we have here, the next thing on it is the 432.10 for salt. We budgeted 4,000. How much did you say we was over this year already?
You cannot ask me questions like that right now.
Last year I budgeted $6,000 from last year's budget for liquid fuels.
For salt, you budgeted 4,000.
Yeah.
The one I got on the sheet here, 6.
6 is the total with the anti-skid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
You
sorry.
spent 6,000 for the salt.
Yes.
And did you reduce it because you think we've already have an overstock pile this year?
Nope. I did not. We have.
And is anti-skid and salt, are those numbers in the wrong place maybe?
Yeah, I think you got them upside down.
Should it be 6,000 and 2,500?
Yep.
Is that what's going on? Okay, I'll fix that.
Yeah,
That's why
it's
we're looking
upside
at
down.
it.
Anti-skid, that's just sand, right? That's
It's
we'll find
gravel.
grit.
for, black ice and,
Yes.
So right now, that needs corrected. Anti-skid will be 2,500, salt will be 6,000.
Yes.
it increased to $2,500.
Correct.
Thank you.
Those numbers are just in the wrong spot. I'll fix that.
Alright, then we go down to signs. Signs left at 2,500. That's to replace stop signs and the other type of signs that either get damaged, tore down, have to put a new sign up. I left that at 2,500.
Mm-hmm.
They had $2,500. And that would include also traffic control, like the linear markers that I just ordered, stuff like that. Small tools and repairs.
What is that? Is that like
Shop
drills
tools.
and,
Shop tools.
compressors?
Things in the shop that we use in the shop out there.
And there's a reason you jumped it up to 2,000 for some reason? Did you
Because of those based on actual we're spending, and that's more than that, it's also trimmers, smaller equipment,
Okay.
not a vehicle, anything
Chainsaws.
that's not a
Chainsaw
vehicle.
blade.
So we spent a fair bit this year, so we needed to increase the budget to 2,000.
Correct.
Okay. And we spent less on vehicle repairs, so we reduced that by the 2,000. Is that how we made that number up? Got to that number?
I'm not sure, I think we were just trying to keep it at 10,
Okay.
so we just made an adjustment, so that we weren't just increasing the budget. It was more realistic. Vehicle repair, as you know, just varies based on.
Yeah, year to year, that's a spitball.
Yeah, did you
Right.
blow a hydraulic hose or yeah.
Did you crack a head? For someone that's dealing with that.
No, that's what he does.
I have a head gasket problem with the tractor right
Yeah,
now.
he cracks heads.
Oh, really?
Wow. So our next one is maintenance and repair of roads and bridges.
You, is that number more or less with what we're doing up at, or what we need to do up on Old Waynesboro Road? Is that where
That's
that's?
what the number, that's what that 15,000 is, but the job,
Yeah.
if we ever get it done, it's gonna be more than $15,000.
Yeah.
We just keep holding it because we don't want it to come off
Yeah,
the
it's been a
budget.
perpetual number.
We're not gonna keep it at 50,000 when we didn't have it.
We had it was at 45,
Yeah.
we dropped it down to 15.
We don't wanna deplete it, because we need to know that it eventually needs to be done.
Yeah, it needs to
Mhm.
it's gonna be done at some point in time. Like I said, last year we had it it's $40,000 and we dropped it to 15.
The reality is that project's gonna be a couple $100,000, right? And we're gonna have to get outside funds.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. We better hope not.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
it's
think
not-
it'll be around 40, 60 on a fair price?
Well, the price we got was $109,000. That was the only bid we ever got on the job.
You're talking over Tom's Creek, right? Is that the bridge you're talking about?
It's the only bridge we have in Liberty Township.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
$109,000 was the only price we got quoted, but that was an exorbitant price for, the estimated price by the county and the state was $45,000 for that job. So right now, if county comes through for us, we're gonna piggyback on them. But we don't know what the price is gonna be until they actually start coming in and working on their bridge.
Can the county do the workforce? Is that what you're saying?
No, they
Yeah.
contract that.
They contract it out.
Their contract was Lomar Associates,
Okay.
which does a lot of bridge work in Adams County. Most of all the bridge work in Adams County is done by Lomar.
I'm sure it's specialized.
It is. And so it's kind of where we're at with that bridge.
Okay.
Coal patch and mix, we took what we did the actuals and then we went from there. So we put in $1,000 for coal patch. And that's for pothole repair. In our township. Aggregate sand, we dropped it by $1,000. Brought it to $4,000 last year, it was $5,000 budgeted. The brush, tree, and debris, right now, that is what's going on with Bruce and the mower situation. I don't anticipate we're gonna use that next year, so we dropped it to 0. So it's $10,000 this year, actually $8,200 for the mower, and then $1,700 to transport it, not counting labor. So labor's not counted in this here. This is just actual prices of what the equipment's gonna cost. Off-road diesel, we left it at 2,000. This is, again, is actuals. Biodiesel, another 2,000, which is the dyed diesel. Base repairs, $3,000 for base repair in the township. This is if something comes up that we have to do immediately. It's an emergency thing. Like right now, we have a hole that emerged over here on Crum Road. We have a steel plate laying across it right now. That's the anticipations that we have to fix something quick. Pipe, crossover pipe, these kept it at $3,000. I don't anticipate that we're going to be doing any pipes replacements right now in the near future. But we always leave money in the budget for pipes in case one collapses. Like we did up on Glad Hill a couple of years ago. We had a pipe that rusted through, had a hole in the road, and we had to replace the pipe in an emergency situation. So as long as we still have steel pipes that have been in the ground more than 30 years, we have a potential of a cave-in, because most of them are starting to deteriorate. And some of them are, some of them not. Actually, the one that caved on us last time was not a steel pipe with concrete. Separated in the middle, separated from the bell house, and it caused a hole in the road.
On that line, so what on Orchard Road, you showed me that pipe that went out where like the gopher kind of was,
It's on
basic,
Crum.
is that the same kind of issue?
It's on Crum Road.
No, on Crum Road, excuse me, that's right.
No, that's not an issue. That's not about the pipe failure. That's keeping the.
It's the gopher.
Groundhog, or
Like
what?
that's the type of stuff that would be under this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what about the maintenance for those? Like I know that, just knowing the cross pipe that's on where I am, there's silt that comes down from Carroll Valley. I know it's our responsibility. But, I mean, I don't think that mine's a huge issue. Is that an issue that has to be addressed every so many years?
They get clogged up. We inspect them every year, see where they're at. But if they get clogged up, then yeah, we have to go out and try to clean them out some way or another.
I still want to see Bobby with the chain.
With the chain and the tire.
Yeah.
I've seen
I
that.
want to see that. I saw the YouTube video. Trust me, I saw it.
I love the YouTube video.
And I went, something's going to snap and somebody's going to get killed.
Stand back.
So where would that kind of activity be in here? Is that
It's just going to be under a maintenance program, which is going to be in our general.
as a miscellaneous? You deal with that as it
It's
comes
not
up.
under liquid fuels.
Yeah, it's not like there's a pipe cleaning program on an annual basis that you budget.
Well, we don't have anything to spend on something like that if it works, other than, fuel and labor.
Okay.
Else- Everything else we have.
Yep, I mean, we can, if we, but again, see, these things will require money and will require raising our taxes. We can get a machine, buy it, keep it.
No, that's like, that is definitely not what I'm proposing. I'm just trying to understand, like overall, how the stuff all fits together.
Because they have equipment that you can buy, or you can, contractors that you can hire to come in and clean your pipes.
I was just gonna get more gophers,
Yeah,
to go out there with, and have them dig it out for us. We'll just box them in there.
Okay.
Cheap labor.
Keep labor. Well, the line painting is $4,000 for line painting. I'm not anticipating this year we're gonna do any line painting right now. That's just getting later, in the year. But
What about the Chrome Road stuff that you just did?
we're not gonna line paint.
Oh, you're gonna let that sit for a year,
We're
right?
not gonna strike that, cause we strike that, and then we put a cover base over top of it, you know. that kind of thing.
Okay.
Fog sale?
What's that?
Will you be doing fog sale?
Not on that one yet.
Okay.
We folks in on it either. So our liquid fuels budget is, proposing is for 24,000, that's not correct.
What?
35,438.
What
344, where are we?
Where are you?
421. Are you doing the 375? That includes your total budget would be 421,000.
Yes. Yeah, our liquid fuels, you got down here at the bottom, 24,045.
I'm lost.
Total, at the
That's
bottom of the
maintenance
page.
repair.
What are you looking at?
There's
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry, never mind, that is.
35,438.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No, our highway construction budget, sorry, I bounced down there, he's right.
Yeah, if you add the construction, the rebuild.
Yeah, the construction rebuild, now the construction rebuild, I got some quotes from, to finish Bullfrog Road out, and, that quote from New Enterprise was with a 2-inch overlay of 12.5 millimeters to finish the remainder of Bullfrog Road. That was $205,704. That is an estimated price. That is not a solid price, it's estimated price. And then if we wanted to address Girl Scout Road, with Girl Scout, to do a reclaim on that road and do a 2.5 overlay on top of it, it's 164, 224. So these are both of these are estimated prices. These are not 2026 pricing, whatever it may change due to cost. This is just what the prices are at today's market. So I plugged those in there, as you can see. Bullfrog for $210,000, Girl Scout for $165,000. So the total road construction budget, with the expenses and everything, would be $421,000. These are not things that we are locked in that we have to do, but we're projecting that if we did do those two jobs, that's what we'll be looking at.
And that's why we're seeing like this 40% increase in the budget, correct?
And a lot of times, Chris, what we don't typically do is do two roads at the same time.
Yeah.
Give you an options in there. You can do Bullfrog and not do Girl Scout. You can do Girl Scout and not do Bullfrog. Or you can do them both.
Yeah.
You know,
Or you can do nothing, neither one of them.
or you can do nothing. That's the other option.
And that total differential, that 344 differential, is that reflected in the total expense of the total budget of the 642 for 2026?
No, not at all. It's, there's no money coming out of there. You have to take it out of state.
Okay, alright. So
That's a sheet. Do you have that sheet where it says the,
is that under the,
possible funding for the
for the road projects, it's the single
Yeah.
right after that?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
alright.
that shows you where the money is if you are going to cover those costs.
Okay, thanks. So we're gonna pull it, we'd be pulling from reserves in the general fund.
Yes. Yeah, so on the second sheet you have on there, is this sheet here, Brian?
This,
This is
the
right
one
here.
with the red on the wall.
Yeah, that one right there, yes, and that would give you a rundown on where this money would be coming from if we decide to go forward with these projects.
And so that would leave us with a balance in 2026 at the end of 125K.
Mm-hmm.
How often does that, our reserve budget like that get down to that amount, do you know? Over like a 10-year period, does it?
We didn't have any reserves that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so we'd be okay with this.
Yeah.
We're good.
Well, because I mean, we have, there's 700,000, but I'm only showing 350 available.
Right.
Because I'm putting a squeeze on 300, to 350 to hold it back.
Okay.
I'm already holding back 350.
Yeah, because
Alright.
we always try to hold back 6 months of reserve.
Yeah,
6
okay.
months budget, I'm holding back 350 for
Okay.
6 months.
I just,
So that's after I said, no, you can't have 6 months, here's what you can have.
okay. All right. So this is pretty fiscally responsible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
All right. Cool.
conservative,
Very conservative.
I am,
I like very conservative.
that's me. And that's why I said,
Quick
Thanks.
question, Vicki.
Yeah.
Back to, the last page there on Bullfrog Girl Scout down there at the bottom. 210 is for asphalt to complete it, is that right?
Yeah, the whole length, from where we stopped.
Yeah, okay, and, Girl Scout, the 165 is what we did on the first leg of Bullfrog, the same sort of thing?
Yes. And that's got that tar and chip that's busting all up.
Yeah.
We don't wanna come back in there and put tar and chip in there.
A 2-inch or so overlay of asphalt wouldn't work on that? That road's not that heavily traveled, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, the problem is we have drainage issues on that road too. We need to fix the drainage issues along the curve. I know we've tried to
Yeah.
address it in the past. So we need to get a good base down there because the water's getting on the base, freezing the road and popping the road out. Just throwing a blacktop on top of it will not stop that. So we have to address that too.
They can't crown the asphalt as they pave?
They can crown the asphalt, but that doesn't keep anything from any water getting underneath it.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We gotta put some under drains in there.
Gotta move the
And-
water away.
Yeah, and one of them is that, which I said that I brought to the board last year, is we put a French drain system in there where we dig down
Right.
12 inches down, and put some stone in there, put fiber in on it, and then put 2RC and compact it, do a good compaction in there, and then we have a drainage field underneath the road.
And that's what that 165 is to do.
No, that's not to do that, that's to do, well, actually it is. If we do a full depth reclamation, that will be part of that full depth
The
reclamation.
French drain will be a part of that.
Yeah,
And what's the life expectancy on something like that? 20 years?
something like that, at least 20 years.
Okay.
I gave in our last meeting, I gave you this the paperwork from the dirt gravel road projects, and one of those projects that we looked at was a French drain system
Yeah,
that
right.
was put in the roadway, before they blacktop on top of the road.
Hmm.
Yeah, now that funding anticipated that if we got the funding from the county, we could probably offset some of that 165 if we got, it's an if.
Now, do we have to put together a
Nice to
grant
know.
proposal for something like that, or? Who's responsible for doing that? You?
I'm the only one in township can do it.
Yeah. As the chairman of the roadmaster?
no, he has a certification.
I'm a certified.
As the roadmaster?
No.
No, he took special certification to
That's
do
a
it.
special certification. It's recertified every 5 years.
Okay.
And
Is that the one that you just completed, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the whole day up at Holly Springs and running around the different job sites.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But again, it's all about, they get so much money from the feds, so much money from the state, and the Land Conservation District, they determine the criteria and who gets the money.
Yeah, I'm from there.
That's all I want to say.
Let me just point this out, and I'm not sure if Chris knows, even if we commit this, it's not to this budget.
Yeah.
Nothing happens till we put it out for bid and then commit to the bid.
To actually spend it.
So we have to-
Until we agree to the bid, so
Yeah, but 'cause
anything can happen.
then we commit the funds, and then that's
Yeah,
when
we could do, like last year, Chris. Last year I proposed for us to finish, Bullfrog, and I plugged that number into Bullfrog last year. We didn't do any, well, for this year, for 2025. And we changed it up that Orchard Road became more of a priority than Bullfrog.
Yeah.
So we switched it to the Orchard.
And then for these two projects, what would be, and I know this is not necessarily for this meeting, the timeline for getting the bids out, being on contract, and knowing, would we be doing this in the spring?
You gotta do it in the spring, for
Okay.
summer. They have a time period from May, I think it's May 15th to October 15th is the time period that they can actually do work.
Yep.
You can put the bid out in April, if you're ready. You gotta be ready.
Right. Will you be ready?
Well, it depends.
Good answer. It depends.
I feel like we're in a congressional hearing.
We're not the only ones bidding.
No, I know. That's what I want to get in first, right? You know, and I want to get both projects done for economies of scale. And I have another question, but it's unrelated to sort of the budget stuff.
Okay.
Could one of you guys take me out so I can see these jobs? Like do like, I don't know, 35 minutes or 30-minute whatever ride, like so I can see what needs to be done.
Should we do a schedule road inspection?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we kind of like what we did.
We're
Like,
supposed to.
Well, quite literally, we should have a road inspection anyway.
but no, I'm just being like, is the supervisor one-on-one, going and doing it, you know, getting an understanding of what we're looking at, like just like what we did for Crum. I'd like to do that. Can we do that?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
I figured you wouldn't have a problem driving around.
I would say we actually have done that. We've done it every year. We would which we had to advertise the whole darn thing. We got
Yeah,
a
road
vehicle, we
inspection.
drove out, the supervisors went out and did road inspections and the whole 9 yards. You
Right.
can crawl down in the ditch if you
Look
want
at
to,
the pipe.
the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, man, that's what I want to do. Just don't want to carry a shovel. I don't want any side projects showing up on me, Bobby. Hey, while you're here, these
He's gonna
limbs
work
are
on the
down.
road.
You know, have you felt how soft these hands are?
Excuse me?
Have you felt how soft these
No.
hands are?
Yeah, I'd say we can definitely do that. Absolutely, especially like over here at Girl Scout, you can actually see the Girl Scout with the kind of road is just deteriorating.
Yeah,
It only has, I bet it don't have a half an inch of actual asphalt material, any type of asphalt material on the road.
yeah. And what I'd like to do is maybe even while we're out there, you know, and hey, by the way, we need to be thinking about this one and this one and this one so that when we bring them up, I have a better understanding of knowing.
What my thinking was, has been over the past, is we do one road a year, we do it right. We spend
Right.
X amount of dollars, if it's $200,000, $300,000, we do one road, do it right, it's gonna last us 25 years and move on to the next road. And then
Yeah.
once you get all the roads done, then all we have going on is maintenance.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just maintenance each year.
Yep.
That's what the thinking was, for over here on Bullfrog, is we do a full depth reclamation. That road, the section is done right now, that road, other than maintenance along the roadway, is a 30-year road.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, because if you do all the patchwork, it's just freaking, then you're never out of the maintenance mode. You're just doing freaking keeping up with all the PIP as they.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, if you're not gonna get the ditches cleaned out, and the biggest challenge that we have on any roads is water. That's the biggest. Keeping the water off the roads, keeping it from underneath the roads, because if the water finds a way to get under there and just lay under there, in the wintertime it's gonna freeze and bust the road up.
Yeah.
And that's another reason we try to cut stuff back, get the sunlight on, keep them as dry as possible.
Yeah.
So right now we have, let's see, we did Irishtown. Irishtown could use, and that's another thing, we did a tar and chip on that, but we did like $45,000 base repair on that road. Actually, we wasn't anticipating that much, but that's what it ended up being. Under drains and stuff like that on that road, because that road was just the pieces. And then we put a new road down on top of that one at the same time that year. We old Waynesboro Pike, the loop, that road was falling to pieces. I mean, it was just tar and chips in places, and then other places was bare to the dirt. So we went in there and dug that whole road up, laid a new road down, and then Asphalt that? We didn't asphalt.
No, that was Township.
Double
we,
Township.
yeah, double
And
Township.
then we
We
followed
put
it.
down the QRC,
Yeah, we did all
and
the,
rolled it, and then we had them come in
yeah,
Township.
yeah, we did all the base work, and then did a double tar and chip, and then, then we, fog sealed it. It still looked like it's holding up under use, and that's been 2 years ago. And so, like I said, we try to take one road at a time. Like I said, we put 2 roads on here, we don't have to do 2, we can do 1 and not do the other.
Yeah, and my request is really about like understanding like the 5-year, 10-year horizon on, so I have a better holistic view of like, okay, so these are gonna be what we're doing next year, blah, blah, blah. But these are the ones you should be thinking about like when we start talking about them this year for next year, these are why we're prioritizing, just so I have a better feeling.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
we did Brent Road, that was one we did. Brent Road is done, Irishtown is done.
Could we do that in an hour? Like, I would be interested in seeing the stuff that you guys have done in the past that I'm not familiar with.
Or 2
Why don't
hours
you-
at most.
Okay.
Why don't you take him up to get to 550, and you can ride around on your way up, and you can drive the pickup back.
Yeah,
What am I doing?
take me up, and get a truck.
Pick up a truck.
Alright, when are we doing that?
After
this
this,
meeting,
I got a dentist appointment.
Convenient.
How long is it?
how long is that?
I gotta be back by, I gotta leave here like around 11. Can we do it in,
Oh, hopefully we'll be done.
No. that won't work unless you're leaving now.
alright, see you.
Shortly.
Let's get to the,
Get it done.
alright, thanks for that, and then we'll figure out.
Alright,
I tried, Nikki.
yes, you did.
Why, are you taking him now? Are you the cohort and driving?
No,
today?
Bruce and I were gonna finish working on Orchard Road today.
If you can wait till 1, I could come back and we can do it at 1.
Well, we'll see.
Alright,
See how
not for now.
Alright, we're gonna get to our general budget.
Well, actually, you made no decisions for me, so are we doing both the roads, and do we need to use $375,000 from savings? That's
Well,
what I-
I'm proposing that we plug them into our budget, that determines next year if we have something else comes up,
Understood.
if we're gonna do both the roads or not, or just do one road.
So do I have to second that?
We're not voting.
Okay.
I'm just asking him how he wants to do his budget. So you want me to go ahead and plug the 375 in from the general fund?
Yeah,
There's no other suggestions in on that?
right now as it stands, if I had to make a decision today, we'd be doing Girl Scout. Only because Girl Scout is breaking up a lot faster than Bullfrog.
Yeah, it's dark.
So we'll go, because I have to adjust all the funds budget, so then after this meeting, I'll go in and fix the general reserve fund, removing the
Leave them in
375.
there, we can massage it as we go.
What's that?
I said leave them both in there, we can massage it
Yes,
as we go.
exactly, we'll decide next year. So 375, put that in there, take that from general
Well,
reserves.
you can massage it as you go.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
We got it, that's balanced, we've done, that'll be presented in November for an actual vote,
Okay.
for advertisement. All right, we can move on now.
And just a clarification on the advertisement, we can still even get down to putting it out for bid and at the end be like, you know what? Bullfrog's gonna be more expensive than I thought, we were just gonna go with Bullfrog.
Yeah, until you know that you accept a bid.
Yep, okay, just wanna make sure I understand the process.
Yes.
Okay, now we're on our, the general budget, starting at the top of the sheet here. The real estate tax, this is income coming in, anticipated, income coming in.
Yeah, do you have any questions? Those are actuals that I've taken, so
Yeah.
I don't think there's,
Yeah.
unless you have, the ones that we are kind of like guessing at, obviously would be real estate transfer. You're like, I believe that's, it's gonna get sold. The property per capita, that's pretty much set unless you make a tax increase. But the real estate transfer, we're just based on averages, and the earned income also is, based on actuals. And then I had to adjusted the cable, that's the cable TV franchise fees for Comcast. That's, it's going up a little bit, which I'm surprised. I would think people would start canceling all the cable and maybe going down. But I think the price of cable's going up, and that's
Yeah.
probably why that's still sitting at $12,000 a year.
Well, then also they bring more, don't people in the area have more access to Comcast or is it just out
It's
by
only for cable though. Who's watching cable television? It has nothing to do with internet service.
What?
It's only for cable TV. It is not internet service.
There's no tax on the internet?
No, there's no franchise fee on the internet. This is the
wow.
franchise fee
This
for
didn't
cable
come to us.
television only. This is like a 20-30
No, I got it. Didn't Comcast just announce that they're gonna get rid of providing cable
Well,
services?
then that will go away.
That will go away.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
that will go away. This is only for cable television.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what you were saying, like who even watches cable?
That's why I said that, yes. I think the price of cable has been going up, and that's why it's still floating around 10,000-12,000.
And on the real estate thing, I'm sorry, is it okay to ask
Oh,
questions?
yes, please ask
Yeah,
questions.
so that one's really tough to, because you
It's
just don't know, right?
I
Like,
don't
you
know
know,
who's gonna sell $1 million
well,
home or
we-
$100,000.
we had the Orvis property go on, that's a super anomaly, you know, you just can't predict
We're
it.
just average what we get over 5 years.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure I'm accurate in that statement,
That's all right.
it's just
That's
super
like-
variable.
Yeah, that could be 0, it could be 100,000.
Okay.
That's average over 5 years, 30,000.
Okay, but that is an average.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So that was the cable TV, and then the 8,300, that is an in and out provided by the police department. That's when they do the DUI roving for York, County of York repays us for that.
How? This is an overall question,
Please.
sorry if I'm asking
No,
too many questions,
you're
but I
not.
think that's what this is.
I appreciate it.
Back to me being the simple guy. You know, so I appreciate this running list of accounts, right? And I totally get it. The accounts are all here, that's what I'm looking at, right? But how hard would it be to generate a report that breaks it down into the 5 or 6 departments as we've kind of been talking to, where we have?
We can do that afterwards, but this is the only way to put it in so I can calculate the budget.
Yeah, no, but I like holistic,
No,
like
the report itself will total it by, see the number where it's 310 or it's 331 or 350? All those subcategories under it, that will total it by budget. Kind of like the liquid fuels, since that's such a short budget, I can do it that way.
Yeah.
It does subtotals, but this one's long and it would be about 9 pages long, and
But it's not hard.
and it repeats the numbers so much it gets very confusing to look at. You're looking at 12,000 and you're looking at 12,000 again. Then you're like, why is there 6,000 here but it's 18 here? Because it's subtotaling all over the report.
Yeah, no, I got it. So, but for you, it wouldn't be a huge ask if I said, hey, give me the roads department, and what, based off of the numbers that we come up with here,
Yeah.
now I want a summary report for police, roads, admin, zoning, and permitting and planning. Each one of those, I want to see.
Yeah, I can just do
Like
that.
planning would be 0-0.
I can do separate reports for each one.
Yeah, because then we can look at zoning and planning, and we know that permitting doesn't cover the amount of cost, and the delta that we, by doing zoning and permitting, we know
But
that.
there is no actual income for those budgets. So you're only looking at
There's-
expenses.
There's no permit fee from.
There's permit fees, but it's not covering, I mean, some of the things aren't directly covered. They're covered overall in overhead. So there's not a direct correlation.
Yeah, I guess what I'm interested in, and I
Yeah.
apologize if this is not appropriate, but.
No,
just-
this is
just
a
like-
budget discussion.
Yeah, so what I would be interested in looking at is sort of like with traffic citations.
Yes,
Okay, so let's say in 2025, we did 250 permits.
correct.
Of those permits, the net revenue, I'm gonna just keep simple math, was $50,000. But to enforce those permits in zoning things, it cost us $150,000.
I can definitely do any of those kinds of reports, Chris. I would suggest that you make a report with me and we sit down and then I'll check off the categories that we wanna do and then I'll run the report.
Yeah, I want to do what would make sense. I don't know if you guys would be interested in this. I'm just not close
I
enough
think
to
they
it.
would be interested once the reports are final, but I would, encourage you to come in and
Okay.
let's go over those individual income and expense categories where we wanna see those relatable, and then we'll push out the reports for that, distribute them to the board.
That'd be great. So I'll make it a point with you to do that.
Yeah.
It's just tough to get, for me, to
No,
get a
it's
better holistic view on.
I run those reports for me all the time.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I'm like, because I wanna see, are our zoning application fees covering the cost?
Right, and then I need to do it with Mickey, be like, is this the actual, and he can provide me with guidance. I'm like, well, yeah, I'll also include this or take that out because it's
Exactly.
not affiliated.
It's like when I do the police department budget for them and I give it to them, I do pull income categories that are related to the police.
Yeah,
And, even though that their payroll is covered by overhead, that's not in there. But, it also shows like fines, forfeits, or anything else that's coming in related to police work. So if the police department didn't exist, those income categories wouldn't exist.
exactly, yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, I will do that for each department.
Yeah, and they're not meant to balance out. This
It
isn't
will
a
never
business, right?
balance
Like,
out.
I mean, it's, it's to protect and serve, which has a large
No.
public safety component. You can't put a revenue side on public safety, right?
This is.
I get it.
No, this is a review that does need to be done from time to time to see if we need to increase permit fees, and we do need to increase
Right.
permit fees.
Exactly. It's sort of like, for me, it's just a stop check to be like where we are.
Yes.
And I would like to do it more than ad hoc.
Yes.
I would like to kind of have
No, I welcome that, and yes, those reports can be done, just make an appointment for people to do that.
you're available Friday at 8?
No,
I like that one.
they will Friday. Actually, Chris, I can make myself available.
No.
Friday
you
if you need it, because I did say if needed, I would change my schedule.
No, absolutely not.
If that's the only time, I would be happy to come in.
Absolutely not. No, I will come in Thursday at 2 or whatever
Sounds
is
good.
going to work for you.
Alright,
Thanks.
so that's where we are, fines and forfeits, like we said, those are just, you know, who knows what fine and forfeits, but that's just based on averages. And the interest, I had to drop it because the interest rates are so bad, so I'm sorry. And PERDA, that's a public utility, that's a government funded thing, and it's gone up a bit, it's a tax on, the utility properties that we have here, like, I really don't even know, like anything that, like AT&T owns or, maybe like the cell tower properties, there's certain property taxes that get for the PERDA.
But that are non-federal related.
There are, it's just whatever is a utility, you have to there's a special, utility realty tax.
But Mickey, I would assume that we don't get any tax or anything associated with any utilities that might be supporting federal
Oh, you're
activities.
talking about the Department of Justice?
Or the Department of Defense.
The only thing we would get from them is a permit fee, they will have to pay permit fee.
But we can't charge them on their
Oh, no, they pay
their use of electricity.
I'm charging them nothing.
No, they don't pay anything, but they will pay.
That's not right.
You're government, what the hell are you talking about, that's not right.
Alright.
We can't even charge them a road tax for destroying our roads with this heavy ass piece
That's
of
what I'm
equipment.
getting at. Right?
We did,
That's what I'm getting at.
yeah, no, we cannot.
Well, just remember that tax money is coming out of your pocket anyway, so.
Yeah, so
I'm
you,
trying to offset my tax money.
right.
Alright, alcoholic beverage license, we have two, and it's $150 each. Pension allocation, that's adjusted based on the minimum municipal obligation that I gave you in September.
Yeah.
The fire, adjusted, the VRFA, we just did that one, so it went up a bit, so I adjusted it. And that's just, I changed the, administrative fees are just, extra $50 that come in with plan reviews. Zoning hearing fees, I just put in for one, like you know, you don't know if you're gonna get it or not. And it doesn't cover the cost anyway, so that's just plugging in that budget line. Then Freedom and Highland, that's been updated for the numbers that you just did.
Well, this is anticipating that they won't accept.
If they accept that, yes, that's the anticipated.
And that's for 2026.
Correct.
And then 27 and 28 will be different.
Correct.
There's the increase in the cost each year, as we discussed in our meeting that we had about those contracts.
And then I left all the other, permitting things the same, because that's just based on, they were on budget this year, pretty much the same, so it.
They're all averages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the total is 712, 874. And then you can, that's the rest, you can go over that as you want.
All right, so we go down to expenses, of course, right at the top is the supervisors now. The supervisor, we did vote back, some months ago about increasing the supervisors to $31.45 per year. And there's, right now, after the first of the year, to be, two of you would receive that, yourself and Mike.
If elected.
If elected.
Yes. And so that's what raised that number from 3,600 to 7,490. The mileage, we dropped that.
What is that?
That's when we use our
Your personal
your
vehicle,
personal vehicle, which I'll be doing in 2 weeks.
for go to Cato.
Yeah, well, no.
Oh, you're not,
I'm
oh,
going to drive my personal vehicle to Ocean City.
What
But
kind of
that's-
re-
But that's for road department training.
Yes, road department.
So that will come out of road
Yeah,
department.
that
Can't
comes
you rent a car? It's cheaper.
cheaper than what?
The 53 cents a mile all the way to Ocean City.
You gotta pay mileage too. You gotta pay fuel and
I used to be a thing with my guys. I was always all over and being like, wait, you're going to Norfolk? Rent a car.
rent a car. Oh, that's it, we'll get with there. So these are actuals,
They're just all adjusted for.
they're all adjusted now here, commissioner's contract, the tax collector is a 3% new rate at 2026, which
But as you see, that also eliminated the wages portion.
yes, but it did eliminate her wage to zero.
She's no wages now.
Wait, so as the tax collector, so Jessica, how do we fund that?
When we all arrived, there was something in place where they were paying the tax collector an actual salary
Yes.
and commission. Well, actually, but now we're like, that really doesn't make any sense. We're just gonna give you, and she was on board with this because that's pretty much what every other tax collector doing is collecting
Okay.
3%. It was $1.50 per tax, so
Per
if
tax
she
collector.
collected a $5 per capita tax, we gave her $1.50. But if she collected $100,000 in taxes, we gave her $1.50. So we've just eliminated, but she was also getting, $78 every 2 weeks.
Right.
So even when she's not collecting taxes, she's getting paid.
Okay.
But that's gone, it's now 3% overall, and you can see it's not gonna cause that much of a difference.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
And it's cleaner and makes more sense. It's in line with what everyone else is doing.
Supervisor support, of course, that's,
Where are we?
Yeah,
We're
where
done
are you?
tax?
You're on the next page. He's on the next page already.
Okay.
410.
Yep.
Alright,
You didn't tell us you went to the next page.
Alright, supervisor support, we just left that the same at 25,000.
hopefully we won't have the expenses that we had this year, by next year.
Then we, 40513, secretary treasurers, that would be Wendy's actual, wage, participated wage at the, hours that she works. Now that is not, that's factored into what it is right now.
This is just the rate that you set last year, and that's based on a 40-hour work week, and you all know I only work 35 hours, so it never hits that number.
Now, that's with no wage increase for 2026. That's set on what she's actually making right now.
Yep.
Same way with the assistant secretary treasury wage, that's the same as we had set before. That position is no longer,
Well, that's Jessica, she works very little now.
that's no longer a position in the township, of 18,800. The only thing she's doing now is reconciliation.
Right.
So the assistant's position has been, as of right now, eliminated.
But then.
Well, that's actually, I should look back where it was 2-3 years ago. If it's $2,500 a year or something like that, because she still bills every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Right. So you don't have that recoded somewhere else, do you?
No,
Yeah. So I think you do have to keep that.
it's just gonna only be like $2,500 or something like that. I have to look at it.
We
That, when
didn't have the
she,
position.
Oh, you did.
4 years ago, we did not have the position.
I'm talking about Jessica as the assistant secretary treasurer. We're not talking about an administrative assistant. We're talking about assistant, when Jessica bills every
But she's back.
3 or 4 hours a month.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
So it
Yes,
doesn't
it-
exist.
That's what that
that does exist, still exists, but that
So
number,
it's like, I gotta see if it's like 10 hours a month or whatever it
yeah,
is.
we need to adjust that number.
It's just
So
a
I
lot
will
less.
adjust that based on, however many, I don't know what she's getting, like 2, 4, or a pay period maybe? I'll look at it,
Yeah, we have to figure out how many hours she's actually doing reconciliation.
actually have a calculator right here.
Like I said, that position is if Wendy was out sick or, away on vacation or something like that, then she would, fill in while she's away.
Yeah. But I don't think we need to recategorize that code number.
We don't need to redo the code.
We all know
No,
that's the
always
backup.
been, so
We just have to adjust
it's just the amount.
the amount, 18,800.
Alright, so let's say she gets that.
Lose the zero.
Huh.
Loses zero. It's 1,800.
I would say put that at 2,000 as a safe number. You wanna, okay?
Yeah.
2,000 for, we'll just put it at 2,000.
Alright, so now we just got
So now you just got
16,000 for our
16,800.
zoning and permitting guy. That's what I'm looking for.
Now you got 16,800 back.
Yep.
And I just said to make it, okay, so I got 16,000 for my zoning and permitting guy.
Okay, 16,800, right.
Alright, training, that's, everything is just raised up a little bit for cost of living, cost of increase in this operating. Office, internet,
These are all actuals based on current rates.
right. Da-da-da-da.
You
Bank, office, postage.
Actuals, they were down, anybody got any questions on any of that other stuff she has?
Yeah, and before you get to police, do you have any questions? Before you get to the next yellow block?
Nope, I don't.
And I'm not, so I do,
ahead.
building maintenance,
Building maintenance.
that's, we had budgeted for 2025, 8,500, what did we we don't have.
Well, we
the-
had some, what did we actually do? Well,
Yeah, what did we actually spend? Oh, thanks.
We do have some work to do to the building.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be different. That would probably, that's a special, what do you have to do, like actual maintenance or construction?
No,
Yeah.
maintenance.
Maintenance.
To this building.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Some repair work here and there.
alright.
Some
Well, you
sign-
have, you just
Not
got,
$8,500 worth
But you just
that
got-
I see, but
would it be more or less?
less.
Yeah, and that's what that's for, if you needed new doors or minor repairs. It's not for the buildings, like when we tore down the building, that was a project.
No.
That's a capital project.
Yeah, it's capital
No,
project.
I'm talking to him because he asked me how much we actually did spend maintenance wise. I think it got all tied up into the capital projects. Let me go,
I have a question on 40638, just
Yes.
out of curiosity, on the copier rental. That's
Yes.
just the rental of the physical copier, it does not include paper and
no,
maintenance at
it
all?
doesn't include paper, but it includes everything else. Maintenance, toners, everything, and only
Okay.
thing it does not include is paper.
Alright,
It
cool.
includes everything.
Okay, alright, that seems pretty affordable.
That's why I kept it.
Yep, okay, thanks.
Do you want, let's make note, I don't want you to go off without, so you want me to go look up the building maintenance, I can be back, talk amongst yourself. What's another category while I'm in there grabbing something? I'll go see what the actual was for this year for building maintenance and.
Do we have an actual for, gas?
And gasoline, I'll pull those
Yeah.
two and I'll be right back.
Hey, on line 410,
Okay.
37, repairs and maintenance, what's that for?
That's the police department.
Yeah.
So it's-
You jump way down.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to understand, because this is all.
I said, just stay before
She
the
said stay
yellow.
above the next yellow block.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Well, it's because I was reading something.
It's okay.
I'm very serially focused. I can't, I hear a lot of blah, blah, blah stuff in my,
Well, hopefully the engineering, I don't know if that number's right.
Oh, I got it.
400822,
822.
yeah. We got 4,000 in there, we got it raised.
Well, she adjusted it for the actual for the past year, and we had a lot of stuff going on.
Well, I'm saying, I don't know if that number's actually correct.
I would think we'd drop it back to the 4,000 at least.
I don't know what the actual number is.
Well, she's saying the 6,000, she added 2,000 to the 4,000 to make 6,000 because she adjusted it for the actual for the past year.
I don't think that's correct, because I just seen a new bill, I believe that's higher.
Oh, really?
Well, we just got a new bill this week.
what's this for, sorry? Which code?
Engineering.
Oh, okay.
KPI and such.
A
I thought I got a
401.
well, as I pulled it up, I thought I got a breakdown of what it was for KPI, and what it was for, that was legal actually, that was legal.
And what about that executive session that we had the other day where we were talking about that project and potential costs associated with any new developments? Do we need to be taking into account anything for that, or?
Oh, no, you're talking about for Warnall,
Yeah,
No, that's not, they get billed for everything.
Alright, so we don't have to worry about any of that planning, okay.
No, we don't get billed for none of that.
Alright, cool, so when they do something, they submit right to KPI, and then the direct, and we're not in the middle.
Yeah, they get billed for all that.
Alright.
That's not the one I was talking about.
And just out of curiosity, I don't know if you guys know, so codes 403 through 409, are these just general like administrative expenses? And then 410 is police, and then 411 is fire?
Yeah, that's
Is this the way that I should think about this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And then 414 would be zoning and permitting or da-da-da-da. And then you're then 429. And then we drop back into 41 with these things here. I'll work with Wendy on understanding how that works.
Right.
Thanks, sorry.
Let's see, what person next to the IT support? Membership.
You're not allowed to have a meeting without me.
We didn't go anywhere without you.
I'm just asking dumb questions.
So this, those are actuals.
Here.
That's at the hot potato.
Sorry,
You can have that, I think she got his other.
It's the actuals. Nobody was, I just want to talk about fake numbers or budget numbers.
So it was
Alright.
about 7,300 for building maintenance this year.
I think we're not gonna pass the budget this year.
We are. What do you mean?
Oh, come on, let's go. a
For
little bit
building
more.
maintenance?
No. Oh no. We're at this level. We're passing a budget and we're sticking to it.
Hey, how we pass the
There's
budget?
no deficit
Well,
spending.
some of our money comes from the state.
Oh, I know that.
Actual,
Do not
actual.
follow their.
And then for
Yeah.
the building
We're not
maintenance,
raising the debt ceiling.
you'll see what's covered in building maintenance, the cleaning, some
Stay in
things
the,
from
stay in
Lowe's,
the party you're in.
the BFP, which is the fire extinguishers, things like that.
Yeah.
Was,
So we spent 7,300 in the building maintenance.
Right, those are things that were,
So this is the accounting view versus the finance view.
And so the air conditioner, the new air conditioner is in there. The fire extinguishers and all that was in there, the cleaning. Yeah,
what's the air conditioners around $3,000, I think, something like that, 3,200.
3,100
Yeah.
for one, and then 850 for the other one.
That was $4,000.
Yep.
if that, and then some, if you keep going, on the profit and loss that I just gave you that has actuals on, if you go down to 40961, you'll see $32,000. That was things that got coded to the building improvement project, which was the hoop building,
Right.
major things,
Yeah,
not just maintenance.
yeah, right.
Maintenance goes, 8,500 is for maintenance.
Maintenance,
Yeah.
yeah. I
And
spent
that would be
32.
mine.
Yeah, so we actually spent 32,000 to tear down that one building, move the tanks and build it and do the other building. Now, yeah, now that's not counting labor
Right.
for that.
No, of course not.
No.
That gets charged, that doesn't get, unless you wanna start doing that, that's a whole nother thing, where when you turn in your time, you
No,
report
we're not.
each hour of your labor to a project and then we
No.
track it.
No.
Trust me, that's how I used to.
I used to have to do
I used to have to
that,
do
I worked for Marriott and it took
We're
you
too
3
small for
hours,
that.
it took 3 hours to fill out your timesheet, and then
That's
we
it.
say, where do
I'm
you charge
working on
for
an
3
Air Force
hours?
program now, and now I'm working on a NASA
Yes.
program.
Yeah, I had to do that same thing to maintenance too. We had, when we went out to a particular machine, we had to log that machine, how many hours we were working on that machine, and then that was calculated on what the downtime would come out of.
Yep.
Alright, okay,
Alright.
so there you go, back to 40925 on the regular sheet, if you want.
We're back to the budget now?
Yes, unless you have a question.
40933, 40925. we actually, our actual to date is $5,265 for gas.
Gasoline?
Yeah,
Yes.
and we're gonna budget 10,000 for next year for gas.
Well, what is this, like, I don't know if there's gonna be an increase, we're spending like $600 or more every 3 to 4 weeks, and how many weeks do we have left? It depends on what you're using. Do you wanna go bring it down, or
We
you
have
wanna
about
have
10
that?
weeks left.
You only have about 10 here.
Well,
I would not lower it, or unless you wanna pick and choose or, trim it $1,000 or something, but I.
Probably go back to building maintenance, I think we can lower that.
Okay.
We have, about $4,000 in air conditioners in that $7,300. I don't see us spending $8,500 at all.
Okay.
I would take that to 5,000 personally, to do a little CYA.
There you go, good plan. 4K.
Make that 5,000.
so we're gonna leave the maintenance for the building to 5,000.
Yes.
Hold on, sorry, I left the page in.
And what code number was that? Is that
Wait a minute.
40925.
40925?
All right, great, okay, so 40925,
Yes,
you wanna change that to 5,000?
correct.
All right, so that gives you 3,500.
All right, now we'll jump down to gasoline. I think we ought to leave that the same. I look for gas prices to level out or maybe possibly drop a little bit, but it gives us a little fat there.
The only problem, yeah, that's still fine with me, because I know the state of Pennsylvania has the highest gas tax in the country.
Yeah.
Damn, ass
Oh,
rights.
yeah. The shocker that it's actually cheaper to go to Nome.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we can almost go to California.
Well, yeah,
I don't know about
I don't know about that. $5 a gallon or whatever it is out there.
Okay.
Septic pumping, yeah, because that price is going up.
Oh, yeah, because he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
My insider people say that he's retiring, so we're gonna have to go with a different company, probably. And, right now, those other ones are higher than he is.
Yep. They're gonna be about $400.
Just out of curiosity, on that, on septic pumping, is that
That's the
something
line, that's the
from
line.
us?
Yeah, that's what it is.
We have a holding
This
tank.
is not, but not the community, this is.
No,
this is
us. Alright, so we have to find a new contractor.
If he retires, yes.
Okay.
If you retire.
Right now, he charges us $100 a month.
And what do you think it's gonna be, 3?
Could go to 3. It depends on who, I don't
What
know.
contractor?
We don't know what contractors they're gonna use.
Look, when you call, for your, biannual, triannual, it's $200-300.
That's what I just said, it's expensive.
I know, and he's
Yeah, but see, that's biannual, this is monthly, so
here one of
Mm-hmm.
Every month.
we don't know what they're gonna
Yes,
charge.
sir, I do.
Okay.
I wouldn't suspect they're gonna charge us $300 a month, but I would suspect that they're gonna charge us probably.
$250,
$250.
What's Bruce pay? Because Bruce has a holding tank, so.
Yeah, I don't know what Bruce is paying right now.
Exactly.
All
Anyway,
right,
Bobby worked with me on that price, so.
all right, now we're down to police department. This is actuals for what, for 2025, and
That was
if
the
you
actual.
plug in the same numbers for 2026, there's a difference of $7,560.
That was for the chief, but then
And
the
that's for the
police
chief.
department provided the other two numbers.
Yes. And the administrative secretary, that would be for Jessica. She's 12,005, proposed is 25,958. That's a difference of $13,458. That's with an increase in pay. That's also factored in an increase, raise in there of approximately 4%. I believe that'd be about 96 cents. Yeah, 96 cent raise in that budget.
Where'd the raise come from?
That's what the chief has put in for the raise, but the thing is, the board of supervisors are the only ones that can factor in raises within the township.
Yeah, because I was just curious, because I noticed above it, we didn't do anything with the secretary's wage, and I thought there was another wage that we didn't touch either, so.
We didn't touch anybody's wage.
All
We
right.
did, we did not touch any wages.
Oh, I got it, so
That
you
won't
just,
happen
you took
until-
these numbers and put
The
these numbers
police
in.
department gave me these numbers.
Okay, so Terry,
That's not
okay.
mine, they're in
That won't happen
blue.
until the reorg meeting.
The ones
It's a
in-
suggestion.
Yeah. So does that number go back to five?
You tell me what you wanna pass the budget at, that's all.
All right.
Yeah, that, we have to consider raises, we haven't even done that at all. I don't think we've had any
Last
discussion.
We haven't had any discussion on that.
Yeah,
If
this
you
year we
notice, I
didn't
had
touch
no
it.
raise in my,
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
All right. Do we need to make a change to that now?
Well, it has to be ready for the November meeting, so let me know what you want to sit in here.
Well, I don't think it's right to have this number, but none of the others change. What do
Well,
you guys think?
What'd
well,
you say?
I will tell you one thing I'm not changing, what I'm not making a recommendation is we do not do another tax increase.
I agree with that.
Last year we did a whole meal tax increase, so I'm not gonna recommend myself, and you guys may have a different thing,
I do not.
to do another tax
I
increase.
do not have a different opinion on it. To your point, Bobby, is if we haven't changed the other salaries, I don't know if we should have in our budget just changing the police chief's salary. I almost think that that's a,
It's not the chief, it's be the secretary and also.
yeah, the whole police department, like, we should have that as a discussion across, well, we're gonna do across the board or department, like, back to the department by department thing. I think that's what, and then we revisit it. So in this budget, unless we're gonna, yeah, I don't think we're ready to do that.
So, do you wanna put in the 1,800 hours at her current rate? Or what's in
Yeah.
here,
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
80 hours a month, so that's 80 times 12. That's only 960 actually.
Current rate is 24, correct?
Just get Elko, current rate is 24 times 960. 23,040.
So the actual would be 23,040.
040. And then if we take
Current.
25, 958.
At 80
times
hours.
23,040, you. You got $2,918 back.
Okay, $2,000.
2,000, that's almost 3,000.
I have a special bucket that I'm keeping off to the side here.
I have a bucket at the bottom.
He knows what I plan on doing with that money.
Yeah.
Or suggestion.
Yeah, there is suggestion.
On the admin secretary, this doubling, and I know I'm supposed to.
Where are we
this.
at? What's the number?
Line 41014.
Okay, 14.
So I know that I just want to make sure that I understand what the doubling is. Is this the doubling of the salary? This is not a wage increase. It's got 4%.
The hourly, the hours.
We've now increased those numbers of hours due to increased responsibility for the other townships that we're supporting and the additional activities that she's taken into, and we agreed to those hours.
Well, do
being
you remember in
changed.
the beginning of the where she was splitting half her time
Yep.
Right.
to my department and the police department,
Yep.
and then all those hours went to the police
Yep.
department. So that's where she was.
Right.
But that budget number you're looking at didn't reflect that.
Yep, so that's exactly what I just said to
Yes.
you, and I just wanted to make sure that I had articulated out that that's what that is.
Okay, great.
Yep,
We're
thanks.
all set.
Yep,
All right, and it's the same thing with the part-time wages for the police department.
You wanna put 1,750.
Now, see, what are their current wages?
The
25,
current wages are
25.50.
25.50. 44,625.
44,625.
I have a question on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's in this sheet that you just gave us. Are you done?
So you get 1348 back.
Yeah.
Okay,
How much?
$1,348.
It's a self-looking
That
ice cream cone, Mickey.
That's how much that raise was busting the budget.
Under the police part-time wages, right, we budgeted 44. I'm now going over the actuals.
These are questions for Terry, I wouldn't have.
You don't have those numbers?
What?
Should it be on this thing?
It's
the
on
PO?
that, it's on that.
Yeah, so on the, where would I find the part-time wages?
410, go down to 410.
So go to 410, right? That's what I thought.
And look for part-time wages.
I'm getting this.
Alright.
15.
Right, so part-time, so we budgeted 45, but we've really only spent
12,593.
Correct. And
we're at. So do we need to have budgeted, Terry, 45K if we're really nowhere even close to that?
Yes,
I got plans for that money, buddy.
I do too.
What are you gonna do with it?
We just hired another guy who will be actually working. The two guys that are actually out, the reason we've only utilized so much is we've had a guy on personal leave for the last 3 months. We have the other two just working minimal hours, the last couple of months. So that's gonna reduce. Now that, I have another guy coming on, Officer Gaskin, you know, he'll be working more than his 28 hours minimum a month, cause that's minimum, that's not maximum. Or 18, I'm sorry, thank you, Bobby. So, you know, that was the issue. Had Officer Harvey worked out, I'm sure we'd be a heck of a lot higher.
Yeah, okay, alright, I understand.
Because he
where
was
you're going.
working like 22 hours a week, you know. And then you add the other guys in when they worked, then, you know, it would actually, and this year what I did was I pulled from that budget to pay for Jessica.
Okay, so let me ask this another way then. When we look at the number of hours that the police department and the part-time hours that you're allocating in that $45,000 budget that we gotta pay out, and then we look at what we believe to be the hourage of coverages that we are contracted with services, and I'm gonna do this as 3 different customers. We have Liberty Township coverage of hours, we've got Freedom coverage of hours, and Highland coverage of hours.
We have Highland and Freedom. Liberty is, we're not our own customer, we are us.
Yeah, well, I wanna make sure I'm tracking. What I wanna do is be able to compare, because I'm into comparing. I don't wanna pay the overhead for Freedom and for Highland. So I wanna be able to sit there and, I don't want this, that we're a black box. So whatever the coverage hours, let's say you're doing 30 hours here, 30 hours here, we have to know that in this township, we get 30 hours, and I wanna be able to understand how many of those hours are actually made up so that there's a number. Because we could just be dumping all of these hours onto us, when in reality, those hours are actually part of the Highland and Freedom. I wanna be able to have an understanding for that, you know what I'm saying? So I wanna be able to compare an apple to an apple with an apple, not that this is a watermelon and I've got 2 apples over here.
Right.
And I don't feel like I got that.
It all comes out of our budget first.
Yeah, but my wife doesn't wanna pay for Highland's coverage, right? And so I would deal with, I not wanna raise taxes because I gotta cover other people's coverage. So I wanna be able to compare.
Well, we're not, that's why we're contracting to them, they're paying it. But it
Yeah.
has to come out of our budget first.
For our services, and I
Correct.
think that there's some overlap there. I just don't feel like I have a really good understanding for, still, even after having looked at it all, that we're still paying a lot of, some overhead associated with the services that we provide.
Well, that's in the contract, yeah, we're paying all the overhead, we're paying for the vehicles, we're paying for
Exactly.
unemployment and all that.
Exactly.
That's been in all the contracts.
No, I recognize
And,
that.
I believe that's why we increased them this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I appreciate them stepping on board and helping us offset that. But what I still don't want to do is that the Liberty Township taxpayer is paying an unnecessary portion of that burden. And I just feel it's my fiscal responsibility to at least understand what burden that is, so that I can justify it and help someone understand.
And right now, if you look at it, what their hourly rate is 80, right? That's what we proposed, projected,
Yep.
80, 85, whichever it was.
85.
I'll say, okay, 85. You're gonna take 25 of that for wages, okay? that's for your part-time officer, right? And that's why I'm saying, your hours need to be there, because I'm gonna have part-time officers covering that.
Well,
And then we will be reimbursed. It's no different than us utilizing the traffic safety grant. We go out on overtime and conduct the traffic safety grant. Liberty Township pays us, and we utilize our car and everything else, and the state reimburses our wage at time and a half rate. That's it.
yep. So I guess another way to look at it, I appreciate, I understand where you come from. So let's say our police budget was $200,000. And this is where my numbers were coming from.
Sure.
And so, and I look at what we get offset. So let's say next year we're offset, the other two townships, we're offset by them by $65,000, right? So that means we're paying $135,000 for safety and, to serve and protect the community. That's $135K. If I look at the number of calls, right, let's say that's 65% of the budget is being paid by Liberty Township, and then the other two are paying, 45%, the other two are paying 30 each or something like that, I forget what the math was. But we're paying a larger point, right? But if I look at the number of calls being done, we sometimes are either we're all the same at like just use some numbers, like CTC's cost of service or whatever it is, we're like 30, or sometimes we're even the lowest. I want to know why that is, and I want to be able to understand, okay, I understand that we're, because we have a police department here and there's some overhead, I want to associate it, but I physically want to understand why that is, and I have to justify that to my taxpayer so that she understands that we've agreed with this. And that's what I'm trying to get a handle on, and it's still too mushy for me.
Well, like I tried to explain, I did try and explain, Freedom Township requires to know how much time is spent enforcing traffic on certain roadways. The only way for me to know that is to have everyone create a call, okay? So your call for them is inflated to track their requirements.
Well, this is an interesting thing I hadn't thought of. So does Highland request the same thing?
No, they do not.
So to a certain extent, they're really just interested in the enforcement aspects of it, whereas we have a responsibility for.
We are actually patrolling our area.
Yeah,
and
well,
there's no call for service for that.
It would, and I would also say there's a safety component where you're checking on people and doing
Sure,
things outside of it.
absolutely.
All right. And for them, you don't need to knock on any doors over there and go check on any zoning and permitting or doing any of that stuff.
That's correct.
Okay, all right.
Now, I mean, if we get called because of a burning complaint, we
We're
got.
gonna check that
yeah.
out. Yeah.
But the thing is they specifically looked at me, now this is Freedom, and said, we don't want patrol, which I don't understand that, because anyone understands police work, police patrol prevents 90% of crime, because you're out driving around, right? So they don't want patrol. So either we leave and go to them on a call that's dispatched, or we're over there just enforcing traffic.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're not driving around.
Yeah, okay, all right, so that I had not considered, and then that helps, this a little, makes me, you just gave me a little light bulb. All right.
Uh-oh.
I mean, here I'm driving around in our township, you know.
So now it's a problem, now the Bobby's uh-oh is, so now I need to help take that and quantify that into a number. But I'm not gonna do that here, I apologize, I'm distracting the meeting. But,
Yeah, so
but
do
I,
you have to go to the dentist or something?
yeah, I got another hour.
Alright. Okay.
But thanks for doing that, I wanna dig into that one, because I do think that's.
Does that make more sense?
It totally does, and it just sort of, it just allowed
And
me.
the only way for me to give them their numbers is
You gotta
for
drive around.
us to create numbers, right?
Yeah, okay, all right. Thank you,
Mhm.
that was helpful.
Absolutely.
Thanks for bearing with me, gentlemen.
Yeah, look. Next thing is 1418 is traffic safety patrol, which you guys just hammered that out there. Office equipment, is adjusted about $1,500.
What is that, sorry, back to, because that's just what we talked about, Center for Traffic Street, what is that?
That is the York one that pays, I mean, when he does the DUI patrol.
The,
It's
Oh.
in, it's out.
Okay,
It's under
alright.
PennDOT.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
It'll match the upper one in the income. It's
Okay.
exactly the same.
It's overtime stuff.
Office equipment's, increased by 1,500. Any explanation on that, Chief?
Verizon.
The only reason we looked at that is last year we had talked about, getting office, furniture. And we know that Cumberland Township should be in their building this year. I know this was purchased from them, so we were looking at possibly purchasing a couple more desks from them.
Okay.
That's the only reason we projected it in.
Okay, other equipment?
You dropped it 2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't mess with that.
That's self-explanatory, National Night Out, $1,000, 1,500. Well, last year this past year, it was the first time we did that, so everybody was like 1,000, so this year we're looking at 1,500, you think?
It says includes 1,000 for NNO, so 500 would be other incidentals, I'm guessing.
Correct, correct, because we still have, I believe, 1,000 or what have you, left over. Or 500 left over, I'm not sure Jessica has that number, but
It's on this thing they're getting for, they should have it. It's, oh, you're talking about based off of your donations and.
right,
Okay,
exactly.
I won't have that amount, okay, continue.
Capital purchase, you have 18,593. It's a 5-year lease.
What I would present to you all, now I haven't done it yet because we're not to that point, but a 5-year lease on a brand new vehicle to replace the 2017, 2018?
2019.
Is it a 19? Okay.
That's the oldest car.
yes.
Is that
it's
right? Hold on, is that right? That's my truck. My truck's a 2019.
No,
No,
it's a 15.
It's a 15 or 16, yeah.
Yours is a 15.
So it's,
I would say it's a 2018 off the top of my head, but I can go look it up.
That-
I remember.
no, the 15 we donated.
No, 16, but the one we have now is, the oldest one is 2018.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Wendy.
That was the first one that, maybe
Sure.
Briggs.
Car one.
Yeah.
The 2018, it has over 100,000 miles on it, and,
5 years old. Older than
you
5.
know,
Right.
what I'm looking at is a 5-year lease. The cost in the lease includes all upfitting equipment, all lighting, everything, all the upfitting cost, everything. It's delivered, ready to go on the road. You know, so at the end of the lease, we can simply turn it in, you know, order a new one, turn it in. We don't take anything out of it, cause they sell it to a police department somewhere else and they give us a new one already equipped.
Doesn't brand new one cost out like $100,000 when you get all that gear in there?
No, it's
About 80.
like 76 or 80, right in there.
Alright.
And it depends what you get too. I mean, if we get, and I think I quoted a Chevy Tahoe. Chevy Tahoes are a little more expensive because they're a little bigger, okay? They're also built a little better, than the Ford Explorer that we currently have.
Do they make it in a RAV4?
No. But they do make
I'm
it in
thinking
a Dodge.
smaller,
No,
more fuel efficient, you know.
no, they do make a Dodge Durango,
Smart
which,
car.
which is smaller.
Horse.
Hello, smaller, no, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta fit the guys in it too, you know. But, cause once you put the cage in it.
Yeah, I
you
know,
lose
that's a lot of
a
room.
lot of room. But yeah, that's what that, and that wouldn't be, that expense wouldn't be due until the end of 2026.
Yeah.
Cause we would actually order it in 2026 and the first payment be due, I think it's, January 1 of 2027 or right before January.
Yeah, I think this is good use of the lease point, I understand.
Who's that through, Terry?
The quote I got is, shoot. I have it all.
Don't worry about it, but it was actuals, that's an actual.
That was actual
So
figures,
18 is
yeah.
actual, and that,
Yeah.
it had the equipment that you wanted in it.
Right, exactly. It's basically equipped identically to the brand new Ford that we have.
Good.
License plate reader, the whole 9 yards.
Well, no, that comes, that's all additional there.
Well, so did we pull that from the other car line, or is there
No,
additional?
the license plate reader and camera was donated by Tripwire South. They purchased 2 of them.
But can we take that and move it over, are there additional?
Well, we have 2 brand new cars that have it in it, right?
So we would need to buy. some
We
more.
may need to buy to upgrade one, but I have an angle on that as well. There's a company that, not Motorola, but they'll sell you a Motorola product. You just are not buying Motorola's crazy packages. You're buying the product and installing it.
What other expenses would be associated with that 18K? Sorry about that.
The
What
car,
other,
you
like, do
mean?
you think it's 20% more? Is this number more like $22,000 annually, $2,500, $25,000 annually?
No, the 18K is annual.
No, I get it, that's for the car. But
Right.
What'd you call the thing, the license reader?
Oh, that?
Yeah,
If we purchased another unit, just purchase the unit out, not through Motorola. We just bought the in-car camera with the MVR in it, or excuse me, with the LPR in it. I believe those units are selling for about $4,000 or $6,000. All right, maybe 10,000.
Yeah, what I'm trying to understand is like, we budget 18K and then we have to outfit it with another 10 grand worth of stuff. The real out-of-pocket thing that we need to be considering is $28,000, and that's different than 18,000.
Well, that would be a one-time payment though.
The 18's annual,
18's annual.
and one time.
The 10,000 would be, if you wanted to buy it over 5 years, it's just 2,000 more.
Yeah. What else is like that?
Nothing.
Alright.
I mean, all the other equipment's in the vehicle that we have.
Computer, whole 9 yards.
Right.
Radio.
Exactly. Radio, computer, all the other, the spike strips, everything's in the vehicle, we would just transfer it over.
Yeah, got it, okay.
Oh, so that would also include stuff like the spike strips and.
But let me ask you one question about the computer. So if you're replacing your car every 5 years, isn't that about the same time you need to replace the computer?
Well, that's a good point, but what we would want to do is replace all 3 at one time and keep them on the same maintenance budget. So the computers, because they're separate from,
Okay, so that's not included in that.
it's just a laptop.
Got it,
Right.
sorry.
Which there are grants out there for that as well, that I've been looking at here to try and upgrade them for the within the next couple of years.
And what's the status on the AEDs? I'm just thinking of, do all the cars have AEDs in them now or not?
No, car 2 and car 3 have AEDs in them, which were the old AEDs that we had. We had them,
Refurbed?
well, we had one, we bought new batteries for them both, and we had one actually serviced. So both of them are operational and they're there. Within the next couple of months, all 3 vehicles will have brand new AEDs in them. And I will discuss with the board what we need to do with the other 2. Or suggest what we need to do with the other 2.
Are those AED numbers anywhere in the budget? The
No.
AEDs, so,
No, there's no cost to it. With the exception of the cost we bared this year, and we actually received a donation, for equipment this year, and that's covering that cost.
okay, thanks, cool.
Okay, we're done on all that?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna leave on the foreign fire tax that comes in, goes out. The planning board, stuff like that, that's just,
That's the
Let's do
secretary
that.
getting paid $50 a meeting.
the professional services, that's to the planning board. When you show you there for the advertising, planning and binding, that's the $500 increase, that's for additional books. The zoning hearing, that's for additional actual, the hearings, this is what we budgeted $850, and this is what we actually got paid, we had charged $2,500. So she set that to 25.
That's about what one hearing is going to cost the township, yes.
The zoning officer contract is $15,000 right now. As you have indicated, Chris, we do have in our professional services, we have scheduled in November, middle code enforcement is coming at our meeting. Mike and Mary Hartman is coming to give us a presentation of what it would cost.
Oh, somebody is coming in Newman?
Yeah.
That's, thank you.
And he has confirmed that he is gonna come and give us a quote for, that would be building inspections and building permits and stuff like that.
Is that something we should budget for, or put a code for, or are we not quite yet, because we haven't gotten that
Yeah,
far?
not yet.
Okay.
We do have things in there for building, for, you know,
That would, you would put that under contractor?
yeah, kind of underneath contractors. And then, again, we've had a discussion before, I have been in contact with a couple of people for zoning, enforcement. But that's not something that we can look at right now, to see how we're gonna handle that moving forward. It would fall under professional services also. I actually know, the one I'm talking to would be actually, if we decide to go that direction, would be
Would it be an employee?
an employee.
So then it would just be zoning officer, not contractor. There's another budget item, but it's not listed on this budget because we don't currently use it.
You currently, we don't use it. We have in the past, we don't use it
Yeah,
now.
we had an in-house zoning officer, which is which is an employee, not a contractor.
Correct, yep. SPCA saying, the donations, that's not gonna change, that's the old, fire tax that we used to get at .025, that's the $30,000 that we distribute for different donations throughout,
They're used, yes,
At
you're
our
using
discretion.
at our discretion, yep. So we will have to decide in December, how we wanna distribute that, if we want. The thing with the donations, Chris, is we are not obligated to give out any of that money. We could, if we needed to, use it to offset, our budget in other areas, but we have, maintained over the years, back there, for donation purposes to Huffman Homes and Department of Aging and, whatever, fire companies and stuff like that.
Zoning plan.
The updates to the 557 plan, will increase that because there is activity right now, with Wormall. Most of that will be, their activities would be billed back to them, but
we'll incur some costs.
we'll definitely incur some of it, yeah.
Do you have any feelings, Woody, for how much? I was asking Mickey about this. Is it a sizable amount?
I don't know, it would be a further discussion with Craig that we saw. I mean, originally it was upwards of $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, but that was the original plan. This is updates, so I don't know, 20, 15,000.
But something that we need to be aware of.
Right, and that would be billed through Wormald if they were making
They pay for them.
Yeah,
they're making updates, but we'll have some costs for things that aren't covered by them, so.
Right.
It's just a little buffer in there to cover some costs.
Would that fall underneath professional services, additional expenses to us there because it would be a review by attorneys, et cetera?
We can bill the attorney reviews directly to Wormald.
Okay,
This is like other things if it's, we need to
gotcha,
advertise, something that's just not covered,
alright,
just a buffer.
alright.
But Lisco's fees would be, if you review something, you don't pay Lisco, the solicitors?
If he's reviewing, you mean, it has to do with Wormald?
Yeah.
We bill Wormald.
We bring Wormald.
Oh, alright.
That's
I
what
just
the
wanna make
plan
Yep.
they get the bill.
Alright, cool, I wanna make sure I understood that, thanks.
Yeah.
Alright, now we're down to road crew, wages and stuff like that, right now, these are actuals, well, not actuals, we're from this.
That's 2025 budgeted,
That we budgeted, and that's what we actually budgeted.
and you have the.
The actuals right now in front of us, which would be Bobby, is at 6221. That's the actual.
That's year to date.
Same way that the roadmasters, is 22,962, difference of 28,000, in there.
But that's only through today. It's not
Correct,
rest of the year.
yep, and then, the other one, you have road crew seasonal work, that is actually Bruce. And Bruce has worked he's, been paid out so far today, $10,347, out of 23,500.
And ideally, you would have more than him in that, is that correct?
Well,
Normally.
we got, what's his face? That helps
Well,
us.
what we did, we put in there, yeah, we put, the other one would be,
Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Right, they are all in that
Yeah.
23.5.
Yeah, they're all in that, and any other part-timer that we may have picked up.
Salt and crews and all that.
Not salt crews, anyone if we would have hired someone to do re-whacking or whatever,
Oh.
that was projected in there. We didn't hire anyone, but that made us work, but that's the
Or
number.
extra driving a snowplow.
Yeah, that type of thing. I have been talking to a fellow, that is, retired here, not long ago. He's looking for part-time, maybe help out with snowplow and stuff like that.
So if we have a big winter like they're predicting, we're okay.
Well, hopefully we'd be okay.
Pretty
Right,
much, I
that's-
think we're covered.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much covered. Yeah.
Do you wanna just leave those the same?
Well, I would say, again, as far as, wage increases, we have not, as the supervisors, discussed or talked about any type of increase in pay.
No, but you could, either the hours, not the rate though, you could say we're gonna need more hours or less hours, you can't adjust the actual rate of pay.
Right,
You feel like you will need more or less hours in any of these?
I don't participate that we're gonna do that.
Okay,
The auditors does all three of those though, right?
No,
the hourly rate, not Bruce.
the auditors only does two.
Not Bruce.
Yeah,
He
you
doesn't
do Bruce.
You don't do Bruce at all. The auditor, the auditors will set the supervisor's salary, both supervisors' salary.
But they do not set the, amount of hours per year, that's up to you.
Correct. And like I said, I know you've indicated that you, may step down. I didn't know if that also included working for the, road department or not. If it does, then that means we'd have to look for someone else, to do that. One of the things that I will say, when it comes to the road department, that we may need to start thinking, because it is very difficult to get anybody to work, about, somebody retires or steps down and doesn't wanna work anymore. In my situation, if I retire and step down, or at least go back to a managerial position instead of actual working on the roads, that's gonna change. In the past, we've had to have a full-time, we had a full-time engineer. Bruce has indicated to me that he, at his 70th birthday, is retiring totally, so he's not gonna be working for us anymore at all, which is, guess what, next month, no, it's in December. So I'm projecting in 2026 that Bruce is not gonna be working for Louis Township. So those are things that we have to consider moving forward, with hiring.
So do we need to start thinking about replacing those jobs now? I would think so.
Yes, and budgeting accordingly.
Budgeting
If these
forward.
people aren't here next year, we need the money to pay, to put out a reasonable competitive salary to fill those positions.
Yeah. And I was talking to Wendy about this, and I was gonna go in at some point in time in the next month or so and talk to the career league, about where other townships are, for these positions and what they're paying across the,
Yeah.
you know, or they projecting the cost, because right now you can't get nobody to what?
Yeah.
You know, everybody's struggling to try to hire, people to work in the road departments. Not Freedom Township, Franklin Township, they've been trying to hire a new person in their township for the last 3 years, and they can't get anybody even put in for the job.
Mm.
And one of the biggest issues with this whole thing too is there's no benefits, you know. So if you're gonna want to work for a municipality, you're gonna go somewhere like Cumberland Township, who does have, benefits.
Healthcare.
They're gonna go, they have healthcare, they have vacation, they have, retirement plan, the whole 9 yards. Carroll Valley the same way, Hamilton Band the same way, even Franklin Township, they have these things. Liberty Township does not at all. So you have Holly Township that had one part-time road person in there, that's it, one person. And it's same way with Freedom, they got one person, as a part-timer, no benefits.
So do we need to evaluate that on bringing benefits, even if it's just we pay benefits?
Well,
for
yeah,
somebody?
we've done this, we looked at this last year,
We look at it every 2-3 years.
every 2 or 3 years we've looked at this,
It's
and
like
costs, we've got.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars for it.
Yeah, just last year we did it, and we got the costs from other townships throughout Adams County, what they were paying on average for the roadmaster, what they were paying for, the road crew.
We got quotes from insurance companies to cover just 2 or 3 people with health insurance.
Is there like a small, there's not, I'm sure you know the answer to this, so is there like a small municipality, like a marketplace?
We looked into everything, and that's what it came out to.
Yeah. Because you would think like for an individual, it's like probably like, I don't know, several grand a month in addition to their salary that you have to do to provide. Well, I'm just thinking healthcare benefits.
Oh.
They're looking for like other things like pension and stuff like that. Is that
There's a pension
We
plan.
already offer pension.
Yeah, there's a pension if
Or
you're
just
full-time.
Full-time.
so what would it cost?
Part-time is not really, there's some townships that are offering their part-timers, some type of retirement that's not under the.
Well, I'm thinking full time. Like, but full time, if you need healthcare benefits, right? We don't offer that.
No.
So what would it cost us to include full time benefits? So that
So if you did full-time benefits for one person in the road department, one person in the police department, and for this one full-time that I'm currently holding, it's upwards of $100,000 a year
Yeah,
for 3 people.
for 3 people.
And that was 3-4 years ago.
how's it so
I
expensive?
don't know.
You should ask the people that regulate your insurance company.
Oh, I guess you're paying $3 grand, just $3 grand per person.
Oh, that's the government.
Across
And then,
12 months is $36,000 times 3.
Yeah,
It's
there's-
$100,000.
it's $100,000.
It's under 18. I see how to hit that pretty quickly. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one police officer, he's a full-time police officer, and you're paying him $70,000, say, just to get around at $80,000 a year, that's his salary. You can take that 80,000 and put another 50 grand on it for
For insurance,
benefits,
health insurance.
for health insurance and benefits.
Mm.
Easy.
We're giving you a raise, but we're taking just providing the benefits.
Right. Yeah, like I said, this is something we need to look at moving forward over here. Like I said, Bobby, he's indicated he's kind of done, which that's totally fine. Bruce has most certainly made it clear to me that he's not planning on staying past his 70th birthday. I'm not gonna sit and try to argue with him or try to convince him otherwise because, he wants to enjoy some of his retirement years, and okay.
It doesn't matter. If he's leaving, he's leaving.
Right. Same way with me, I am going through that process right now as far as retirement, whole crap, and got getting my webcam lined up and all this other stuff. I wasn't here yesterday, and I haven't been over the last couple of months, and you notice my hours have cut back because I'm taking care of my mother. It's becoming more and more of a daily type of thing.
Yeah.
With her, she fell this past Sunday again, and so there's issues going on with that, and so that's where we're at.
So what I hear is we gotta have a meeting on this one too, right? To figure out what we're doing next.
Something we need to think about. It needs to be offset in our budget. Hell,
Well, we need to be thinking now. We got 60 days, right?
No, you have November.
Yeah, we have 30 days to figure it out.
No, 15.
Yeah, we need to move past thinking
2
and
weeks.
doing.
On November 5th, you have to vote to advertise it that this is what you want.
Right.
That you're saying, hey public, this is what we're gonna do, look at it. You have to vote that on November, so this has to be ready.
So we need to have a October 14th meeting on
You wanna have another meeting
the,
now?
I think we should have another
Yes,
meeting.
of course, we definitely do, the way this is.
Are you guys
going.
okay with that?
October 14th?
We are on October.
That's the joke about having October 14th, but
Yeah.
we're gonna put it on the 16th or something like
But our
that.
next meeting, we have to vote on
No, we
We
need to
have
have
to
another,
vote
we
on
need to
it.
have another meeting this week or next week to discuss some of these things.
Well,
And your availability, I'm available, but your two availability.
I'm
You're
not,
going to training, when are you doing your training?
I'm leaving actually the 25th, and won't be back until the 29th.
Well, I don't wanna card people down with the two of you guys and do the meeting in the car, so can we do it next week? This
I
week?
should be good, I think.
Well, let me know, it's cause I have to advertise it.
Oh, so we couldn't do it this week, we need to put it out there.
Yeah, I'll need 2-3 days to advertise it.
Right now, on my whiteboard on the refrigerator, I don't remember anything next week at the moment.
But you
Other
can use
than
Thursday afternoon.
Thursday.
Let's do morning again.
Thursday, yeah, it's gotta be morning.
Let's do morning again. What's the
Tuesday morning?
No, whatever morning. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Tuesday morning won't work, I gotta run someone's with BWI.
Alright. Wednesday or Thursday?
It has to be the latest part of the
I'll
week.
leave it up to you guys, I think I'm good either day.
I don't have one schedule for me.
Thursday morning, Mickey's got a thing to do.
Wednesday, let's do it Wednesday morning at 8:30 again.
Wednesday, 8:30.
That's the 22nd.
Wednesday's the 22nd.
Okay, so October 22 at 8:30.
Yeah, it's kind
I'll
of
put
like,
it ad in the paper.
yeah, and I guess it's, so we're gonna be discussing is sort of,
We're doing the same thing again. If you need
Well-
if you wanna discuss salaries, you'll leave and have an executive session.
well, sort of it's salary, but it's also just HR, like,
If you're gonna have that kind of discussion, we don't have to advertise it, you're gonna have an executive session, but we will need to meet again and do this budget stuff. So aside from the advertised meeting, if you wanna get together and have an executive session to discuss salaries and personnel issue planning prior to the budget meeting,
that's right.
you can do that without an advertisement, do that on your own.
Alright, so
And then we'll meet
that's
up
the
again.
meeting I think we need to have.
So do that prior to the 22nd, have your executive session, and then on the 22nd, we'll sit right back down with all your thoughts set from your executive session and get back into this.
Okay, so then when can we schedule that executive session? What's your availability this week, Bobby?
I'm good, I think, this week. Other than Thursday, late morning lunchtime, then on I'm out.
Yeah, sit with me.
So tomorrow is Wednesday, right? What is it?
I can do tomorrow, I can do Thursday morning. Are you available Thursday morning? Just to
This
talk,
week.
for an executive session, for us just to chat through some of these HR related things.
Thursday's the 16th, Mickey.
Like how do we rebuild the road department until 2026 is what I just heard.
I might be able to do 60. I have to look, I didn't grab it with me, shit.
That's,
That or tomorrow.
you got the 11 o'clock appointment on the 16th, right? Or noon down in Emmitsburg?
Yeah, that's every week, that's 12:30,
Yeah.
that's 12:30 on the 16th, yeah. I can do tomorrow I can't, cause I gotta go pick someone up at the airport tomorrow.
Well,
Oh, wait a minute, no, it's not till
You
tomorrow
said,
night.
you said
8:30 at night, that's why Plano time to 8:30. Yeah, so tomorrow I can do something.
So you three wanna have an executive session tomorrow then?
yeah,
we
And
can
then
do
I'll
that.
schedule the other meeting, the new, next budget meeting for 10/22, which is a Wednesday, at 8:30. And I'll advertise that. Next Wednesday, at 8:30.
hey, can you plan to participate in our meeting? If that's okay with you guys, just so that
That's fine. I'm
Just-
available, I'm here, I'm working.
yeah, just because if we start building out all that stuff that affects the budget.
Come and get me, throw me out as needed. I'll be available, make myself available in my office.
Are you guys okay with that, doing that here?
Do you have any of those numbers for insurance and so forth that would
I'll
explore
pull what
that?
we pulled before.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
with
And
it.
anything, yeah,
But as
see
far
what
as
we have.
putting things down and getting it in the paper, I'm not the best. I get distracted.
Can we just, where were we, let's,
We were
where did
towards
we
the-
stop? We stopped at the road crew.
Road crew.
And you, okay, and as of now, I'll update all our numbers
What is it?
We have $95,153 for Chris's zoning officer. Or
Where is that?
Or benefits. That's the excess that we have since we made this.
Excess, just
Well, we
made
started
change.
with 70,000 excess, do you see that?
Which one, what was the line?
It's no line at all, I was adding up the budget.
Oh.
I added up the budget.
cuts. See, we had an excess of 70 and then we added, now we have an excess of 95.
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah,
And why do we have an excess? Because last year we transferred that money to the road department and I didn't change it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So it looks like we've got money for our,
Or benefits, or whatever you're trying
we're
to
getting
do.
close. At least we got somewhere we can.
Restructured personnel.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about tomorrow.
Okay, alright.
And anything that we need to do with regards to planning for the road department.
Alright. So do you wanna stop now at 10:30?
Yes.
Yeah, I make a motion that we,
Okay.
unless you guys have anything else you want.
No.
That we adjourn our budget meeting 10:30. So I got a motion, got a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.